Sherlock Holmes, which I'm going to get on the screen here now in just a second. So last time we finished 2 cases, I think, which was one more than I expected us to. But the first one was relatively short. So yeah, I think there might be about 5 cases, but I can't be fully sure. I think we should just get on with it. Yeah, I ended it before we um, finished the second case, Riddle on the Rails, because it just jumps into the third one. But we have technically completed this one, as you can see here. So we might as well just redo the finish.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
We have already seen this.
On the one hand, but
we might as well just skip.
well,
Off we go. Alright, and then we have to shoot the Mexican's hand. Could shoot him in the head, but I'd rather take him in alive, you know.
gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
There we go.
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
Oh, there we go. And let's accept this decision so we can get on with the... Alright, the case statistics. I keep being an asshole. I'm not very lenient in these cases. Next case is called Bloodbath. That sounds good. Reassuring.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
Is it cocaine or opium or something that Sherlock Holmes was addicted to
The pupil is dilated.
in canon?
The temperature appears to be normal. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Measure pulse rate by counting heartbeats for 10 seconds.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
See, this is why I couldn't be a doctor.
But you're
because I
dying,
can't do
Holmes.
Math.
Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now, please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and Datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the Chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
If I was Watson, I'd be pissed at the moment. Let's see here then. What did I keep this time? I kept the train whistle. But I think I should have correspondence, yeah? Or at least Sherlock, dear brother, you have made the most terrible mistake once again. Are you quite aware of the fact that the Empire is at the brink of international conflict? How could you pass this incredibly sensitive case to those featherbrained Scotland Yard bobbies? Very well, yes, they caught the criminals, but have you not read the newspaper? The great fuss that has risen around it, they are generalizing all Mexicans. And as you may know, the Empire has arrangements with a great many varied and loyal Mexican enterprises. You should think about that. Yours, Mycroft. Boo-hoo, Mycroft. I mean, yeah, that don't generalize Mexicans, but I'm not going to further your political agenda. Why is... Toby, are you allowed on the couch?
On the sofa for the 3rd time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Poor Toby. Right. Get my hat, and off we go. Or no hat, and off we go.
What a beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All 3 witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
Oh.
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Great, let's go talk to Mr. Phillips. You're not Mr. Phillips, you're a policeman.
Frigidarium.
That sounds cold.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, okay, my bad. Ah, that's the exit. Is it in here?
The steam room.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
Oh, what's this? This is towels, and this is...
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
It's a little candle and a champagne bottle.
Champagne for a special occasion. An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
Anything on the bottom? No?
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
It may be just because I've had cheap champagne in my life, but I just feel like it tastes like soap. Overhyped. Oh dear.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
I only almost died. Let's have a look then.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
And,
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
Watson. He
Missing-
was wearing a ring.
missing word.
He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
We
Mr. Holmes?
just
Please
walked
have
in.
the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
We literally have only
I was
looked at
wondering,
the
Holmes,
body.
it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Yes. Now look at that.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
A key.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
That'll just dig straight in.
It is too hot. I cannot reach into it.
Glasses. Cracked glasses.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
Wouldn't the rest have melted?
These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Okay. Blood on the towel.
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
It's horrible. So Rodney is dead.
Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
He's been moved, that's okay.
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
How about you?
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Well, it is a steam room after all. Probably a little bit foggy in the head.
The grid cannot be removed. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
Missed one of these grids that... Oh, steam switch.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Is there something I should be looking for, or is it just to mark where the steam switch is? Okay, so we learned something.
Mr. Holmes?
Hello. Whew. I don't like steam rooms or saunas.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Wait a bit.
Please wait. I need to do something first.
First, let's talk to Mr. Phillips. Hello.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Now I can do a character profile. Light wrinkles. How do you get to lives alone through the fact that he grooms himself? I mean, come on. I groom myself. Well, shit, I do live alone. Never mind, my reasoning being faulty. Shiny buttons. Oh, telegram.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
They do indeed.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
Well, you have a telegram on you, so, yeah, you did.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office. where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything.
Good.
I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Eh. Do I have made any deductions yet? No, all I got is champagne. Not so particularly interesting. It's a nice fountain. Okay, so can I do something when I crank up the steam?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Yeah, but is there... I'm gonna smack into, there's the constable, I walked too far. Ah, I can see loads without the thing on. Okay, so I can't do anything yet while the steam is on. Right. You can take them now, Lestrade. I don't know what to do with them. Not yet, at least.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
No, take them.
None, Lestrade.
Ah, okay, so I can go and inspect them now. Oh dear. Sorry. Right, so I have the samples. I need to do a Baker Street first. So let's do that. Could like briefly see what book he was reading and then still on the couch. Let's do the dirt first. There you go.
Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold.
And what else?
White clay particles. Selenite. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to.
White clay in London.
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
That was easy. Time to check the blood.
Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface.
Oh.
I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide.
Ah, okay. Yeah, take a pipette then. Aim for the peroxide.
Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Well, it was in a steam room. So I suppose that makes sense. Who's winning? I don't know. I don't actually play chess. Great.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Probably is. Let's go to Scotland. It jumps in and out of focus, the book. Is Lestrade
locked?
No. Who do we start with? Start with Mr.
Please
Garrow.
escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
You look real nervous. He's sweating. And he's tired.
What is your occupation?
I am a counsellor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes. So many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you. And he trusted me, but oh.
Are you feeling unwell?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
A bucket.
I feel bad. I hear. No, nothing. I'm better now.
Get him a bucket.
Please try to
He's gonna
recall
vomit.
what you saw today.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
You saw the knife? What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behaviour?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that or he is a good actor.
Alright, then go with Mr. Blinkhorn. Just do them all in a row.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
Let's have a look then. He seems to have calmed down some. Oh, he's got dirt on his nails. Interesting.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
Yeah,
Can you tell me what you
very,
saw
very
today?
Tragic.
Well, we entered the steam room, and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Oh, that's true. He seems rather...
Can you recall any
Disturbed.
recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
But he didn't want you to go.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
He doesn't look like a man who could afford champagne.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, he looks
I'm
angry.
assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
Yes. Now you're going to stay extra long. This is an impatient, wealthy man. So you're the money bags of the operation.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes. I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
You were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
You have a particularly unpleasant demeanor as well.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. Then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Oh, well done. Let's see, we got some characters now. Gregory Pitkin is the model of an upper-class citizen. He's rich, in a well-respected position, and he considers this his birthright. Whatever he may have done, he certainly does not believe that he should be in prison for it. Then Percival Blinkhorn is a true archaeologist who lives and breathes his work. He has remained in his profession for 15 or 20 years and still seems to enjoy it. Tristram Garrow is in his early 30s. He suffers from severe myopia. He seems very disturbed, which is possibly due to the shock of the murder, but not from that alone, as he is unshaven and clad in old dirty clothes. Right, I forgot to check their stuff. That may...
Mr. Holmes, the coroner asked not to be disturbed.
I know, I went the wrong way. I should probably do that before I interrogate them properly. Let's see here.
A hand-drawn map.
There's a map.
Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces.
You say that, but I am definitely using more than a few strokes. Just... oh my. Okay, so this is the area.
And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
There you go.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner had... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
Suspect, Sir Rodney Bentcliffe, age 63. The right eyeball has been burst, pierced to the hilt by a curved blade knife. The blade cut through the orbit of the frontal bone, ripping a part of the frontal lobe and the corpus callosum, after which Completing its trajectory in the cerebellum caused hemorrhagic lesions. All these injuries led directly to the death of the individual. At the upper lobe of the right lung, there is an old injury filled with an amount of mucus and ciliated debris that may correspond to a chronic infection by elements likely inhaled in a burial chamber, a decaying mummy, for example, or dried and decomposing food product intended to accompany the deceased in their grave. The remainder of the body does not appear to have been damaged. Well, I'm not done looking at these.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room.
Oh. It's got an
An
arrow.
Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel. I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
Then a coin.
An old and rather dirty coin.
Right, let's see what deductions we got then. Champagne, stolen notes, very liquid blood. Sir Rodney's lie. Working alone and secretly. Why would Sir Rodney be hiding anything? Could his discovery be the motive of the crime? Find out where Sir Rodney was several days before his murder and uncover his precious secret. I shall, once I'm finished with this. Ooh, a letter. Sir Gregory Pitkin, manager, to Mr. Blinkhorn. Dear Sir, the interests that I represent require the situation at the bath to be changed for the better. At the present time, the frigidarium excavations remain under your direction, and yet the works have not progressed. You have failed to find anything of value, and we are unable to make the frigidarium accessible to the public. The frigidarium is a valuable asset in the recreation of the Roman bath experience. I urge you to complete your work within the next 2 months. You have this remaining time to conclude your archaeological research and to find yourself another workplace. Well then.
An ordinary pencil. When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Interesting. And then the last one, Pitkin, the manager.
An embroidered silk handkerchief. A fountain pen with solid gold trim.
And a visiting card.
Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
Right. Maybe we can properly interrogate the suspects now. Right.
His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know.
You need your drugs.
Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it. Please
Yeah. What's this ring?
Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
He was a pillager.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
Now that's a lie. I remember the letter.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
Right, and then
Please.
anything else I can ask Pitkin about?
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Work progress. Yeah, same letter.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
No. Great.
Locked.
Oh well. Can I go down then? Down here. Oh, look at that.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says. According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
Oh, that looks grim.
The bruising is in lines. Some light bruising, caused by a rope. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
It's a butt. Oh. Oof. So. Strange wound. Stolen notes. Champagne. Gareth's drug. Oh, that worked. Let's see here then. Steam moisture. The presence of water is due to the humid atmosphere caused by the steam. Presence of water in the blood is an unexplained clue. It must be somehow linked to the murder process. Honestly, I think it's the steam moisture. Genuinely. Alright. Let's do the map then. What else do I have? Search the crime scenes, find a missing weapon, and the discovery, I guess. We need to go back to Baker Street then. But first let's check out the Frigidarium. Or Frigidarium? The fridge room. which was over here. Oh, look at that. He's got an office.
Tools used by archaeologists in their research. I will need these tongs.
For what? I don't know. There's the letter. This metal plate, besides its archaeological interest, appears to be a part of something larger. At the present moment I am unable to determine exactly what that might be. There are horses outside the window.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
I'm gonna take this whole very priceless artifact.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Excuse me, some of us are trying to work. See here. Dear friend, I wish to organize a press conference at the Strand Lane Baths next month. 1893 was a remarkable year for my work in Egypt, but now it is time to set my focus upon English archaeology, to shine the light on our national treasures and reveal them to the public. I would like to see as many journalists as possible in attendance to record this event, and record it favorably, if we treat them well enough. I should like to recall my old friendship with Lord Blackmore and use the special funds of the Royal Archaeological Institute for this event, Sir Rodney Bedcliffe. The Daily Mirror. There are a few among us who could claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name of Sir Rodney Bedcliffe. He is a gentleman who possesses the wealth, notoriety, and vigour to well match the finest of his ilk abound in England. His intellect is equal to his charms, as has oft been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. He holds powerful connections within the Lord's chambers and carries on influence inside the political world. There are those who would call him unforgiving, authoritarian. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence at any archaeological site can only mean success for all concerned. And miraculous reopening for the Strand Lane Roman Baths excavation research. The research efforts were about to be halted when his savior arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bedcliffe. Sir Rodney has taken over immediate control of the excavation, claiming that the site holds the key to a great mystery. We pledge to update our readers with all of the exciting news as it develops. That is exciting. Let's see here then. Effective arrival. That's probably gonna make Blinkhorn angry. What's this then? Blinker's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, but at a high cost to his morale. He was thankful for the possibility of their working together and the chance of learning from him. Well, what I described, he was kind of a hard ass, so I think he would be humiliated, but
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Something on the floor here. Nothing interesting. That's a box.
Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
Oh, that's what missing.
A glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
Well, which one's missing?
This area serves as Sir Rodney Bedcliffe's workshop.
But he gets his own whole workshop, and what did Blinkhorn get? Wasn't this his excavation? Fucking Chapin. Right, so this is an unstable archaeological dig site.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
Well,
Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
I have a set of tongs. I can start picking away. No, okay, let's go back to the steam room, because I'm fairly sure I can use the tongs on the brazier and see what's in it. No, that's the exit. This way. Bottle of champagne is still here. Nobody wanted it.
I should analyze this melted metal.
Indeed. Okay. Back to Baker Street. I thought we were on the top floor. Right. What happens if I do this time? Still the same lady.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Analyze the metal, apparently.
This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver.
Okay, so pipette, I'm fairly sure I can't just touch acid with my bare hands. Then this silver.
The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver, Britannia silver quality.
Alright, so that is oh. Possible silver weapon. Oh, yeah. I melted it down. No, wrong button, sorry. Let's see here then. Find a missing weapon, and what important discovery was just. I can ask about that. I can locate using my map, and in my library here. It's 1893. Bentcliffe's mummy. The great excavation in Aswan has taken over 3 years, so Rodney Bentcliffe directed the archaeological work. A mummy was found with an enucleated eye and posed in an unusual position. The right hand was tensed as if reaching out for something or to someone. The mummy was buried upright. She has been named the Desperate Mummy due to her very peculiar characteristics. Nearby could be read in Latin, by the eye he was punished for he saw what he was not worthy. The mummy is believed to be Roman rather than Egyptian, as some symbols found in the tomb are in common with the Mithraic mysteries.
Here it is.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
Indeed. Right, let's have a look then at the map.
Now we have 2 maps. We must combine them properly.
Okay, so to line up the map somehow. I think that might be... Oh, it could be here.
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
Saw the bump in the lake. Hey ho, let's go. Site is closed until further notice.
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
We don't know. We'll find out in a moment. That's a lot of dust particles in the air. Desk, metal cubes. And a document. The knife used by Mithras for the tauroctony, the sacrifice of the bull, is originally a curved sacrificial blade of Persian origin. Its curve can be from 5 to 15 degrees. The name is derived from the Persian shamshir, which means sword. This radically curved sword family includes the shamshir, scimitar, talwar, Kilij, Polwar, and Mongol saber. I probably butchered all of those. A myth of the golden knife is the key to the Mithraic mysteries that some describe as an equivalent to the Holy Grail. The golden knife carries a curse that will spill the blood of the unworthy who would dare to touch it. Rim. The cult of Mithras was a mysterious religion practiced within the Roman Empire from around the 1st to 4th century AD. The name of the Persian god Mithra, adapted by the Greek as Mithras, was linked with a new and distinctive imagery. Worshippers of Mithras had a complex system of 7 grades of initiation, with ritualistic meals. Initiates would meet in the underground temples, called Mithraea, that were retained in large numbers. The iconic scenes of Mithras show him as being born from a rock and slaughtering a bull. Well done. Ah, good, more reading.
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Followers of Mithras were worshipping more conventional deities such as Juno or Neptune in their everyday lives. Mithras temples were usually found below the temples of other gods. Mithras followers often refer to their traditional deities to gain passage to the Mithraeum. The example of the Mithraeum of Dio in France is interesting, as the entrance was located beneath a carved statue of Diana. This entrance was possibly revealed by a clever stone and rope mechanism, which may never have been discovered if the water infiltration had not destroyed the mechanism, opening the way down to the Mithraeum. Mithraic temples can be found in Rome, Ostia, Numidia, Dalmatia, Britain, and along the Rhine-Danube frontier, which being somewhat less common in Greece, Egypt and Syria. And the empty coconuts that they used to imitate the sound of horses' hooves, another strange ritual for the old gods to keep the evil spirits away. The people, feeling that the dark eye was upon them, would melt their valuables in the fire. Sub-Saharan tribes burnt fruits, and the rich Roman families spared no expense melting silver or tin. It is not recorded if such valuable offerings were thrown away with the ashes or if they were reused at a later date. So, they melted the silver knife. Hello. Well done. Area 1. Oh, let's start here. It's a fresco. Let's have a look at it.
Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking. The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge.
Vulcan, also known as Hephaestus, if you follow Greek gods instead of Roman. Pits. That sounds good.
I don't need the ropes for now.
No, but bring them along anyway. So I don't have to remember where they are. Jump in. Can't hurt.
Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
Well, I took the shovel. Am I gonna start my own archaeological dig site?
I don't need the ropes for now.
Well, Area 3, Ark of Hadrian. So that's down here then. Doesn't seem to be of anything of interest there, so let's carry on to here.
It is a statue of Minerva.
And then we have Miss No Names. And
Neptune, the god of the sea. Construction hooks.
Take one. You never know. Right, let's head on to area 4. Why train carts?
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site.
Ah. Sounds like a swampland. It is a swampland. That explains it.
The gastrofeds were used with ropes and hooks for sieges. This is the map of the site.
Right, so what's this then? More reading. Dear Lord Blackmore, the manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, was quite a nuisance at the start when I arrived. After you stepped in, he became rather more helpful. Occasionally, people of his rank are not well suited to a work of such great magnitude. They lack the necessary vision. In a few weeks' time, I hope to bring good news to the Strand Lane Baths. I am on the verge of discovering a major archaeological artifact, one that might be used politically by your party to demonstrate the strength of your ancestors and fulfill the need to protect our empire from any present and future threats. Kind regards, Sir Rodney Betcliffe. Calvin, Hobbes and you consider yourself as being so smart and funny. I had a good laugh when you froze Miss Durkin's notes about the Ark of Hadrian in the ice. However, our thesis exams are just ahead, and as you are the so-called brain of your improbable duo, I have to warn you that my Gastrophetes model, the ancient Greek crossbow, and not the medieval device to relieve constipated people, as you may have thought, is not to be touched, or else I'll have to inform Mr. Wormwood about everything you've done these past 2 years. P.S. I ate Hobbs' tuna sandwich as spittle. Right, so I have some new effective arrival. Let's see, and then Pitkin feels rather uncomfortable postponing the public opening of the Roman baths because of Rodney. He was angry because of this. Pitkin expects to receive much of value from Sir Rodney's research. The work will increase the bath's renown and popularity. He did seem like he wants money, so we're gonna go with Holmes. This one I thought more so that he was humiliated. So.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. The gastrofets were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Take the hint, you're gonna have to make one.
The door has been left open. Someone did not care or was in haste.
I'm probably gonna have to make something like that to get over here. Huh? Big bull. I forgot to look at you.
It is a broken statue of a bull.
Complete with testicles, apparently. Okay, so... Can I now go and pick up the rope? Search the excavation site, so I'm not done here yet. I have to make some pieces, and I need to figure out where to use the trowel. Probably down there. I didn't go down there. Might be something here at least. Oh yeah, look at that.
This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
Here's where the trowel goes. It's a fresco. Very pretty one too. Oh, this is part of the drawing in
I can see now.
yeah. In the book.
Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman Baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
That is a lot better than this fresco, for instance. A lot better preserved. So, we've searched the site. I'm still curious what we need the hooks and the... But let's go to Baker Street and build a mold, I suppose. Where'd he go? Oh, Watson, aren't you happy? Do I do that here? Yes, combine the cubes.
There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them.
Rotate and swap bolt pieces depending on their shape to position them in accordance to each other. Ah, okay. I see, I see. So... Okay, so this is just figuring out are those correct? Can I rotate this in a... Do I swap them? Ah, okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to remember now. Where each piece has been. But I think this can be sort of brute forced, if those two are correct. So one of the pieces have to go with it has to be one of those two because of the smooth top surface. Okay, no, wait, so this
I
one
will
is...
count this piece as a starting point.
Okay, so this one is correct. So we need to find a piece that is fitting. So it needs to have a groove and be smooth on two sides. How about you? Okay. So let's see. It's not this one. Okay, but I need a smooth top up here. Like so. I think it only does the two at a time, so... Oh my god. So it's not these two. Could it be you then? In one of these positions. Okay, yeah. Then you, like that. If I just aim better. No, not you. So could it be this one then? Okay, we have got one side done. So these two needs to be on top. No, don't swim. No, they do need to be swapped. Then you like this, there you go. And then I think you go there. Nope. Okay, it's this one I haven't tried on. Let's see. Ignore that then for now. It's not you there. It doesn't have to be like really specifically angled. Nope, there we go. Oh, so close, so close.
It is a mold, and it is ready for casting.
Oh god, that was hell.
The mold is prepared for casting. We just need to fill it with certain material. Sir Rodney has made a reconstruction of the mythical golden knife. He seemed unafraid of maledictions, and yet... Half a glass of water should be enough to create a plaster solution.
Okay, so pour. And mix.
Now let us see what we have here.
We got a knife.
This knife is very similar to that described by the coroner as the weapon that killed Sir Rodney.
You should not leap to any hasty conclusions, Watson.
Wow, well done. So he was not killed with a knife. The mold form. Strange wound. The mold was used to create the murder weapon. It was this that create the silver knife. I'm gonna have to set fire to my
Let us try to create an object from silver by using the mold.
You go in there.
It will take a minute to melt the silver with my gas burner.
Only a minute.
Done.
Jesus.
Now I can proceed further. The mold is hot. I should wait for it to cool down. Done. Now I can proceed further.
Can you turn the burner off, please? It's a fire hazard. Shiny.
A homemade silver knife.
It's gotta be really
Excellent.
blunt.
We have created a knife with the silver that we found. It could have been used to kill Sir Rodney.
It was extremely clever to create a weapon that could dissolve at the scene of the crime.
So, silver knife inside the brazier. Destroyed. The murderer hid the weapon in a cloud of steam room. He then placed the knife in the brazier in order to destroy it, which resulted in the melted silver that we found. Okay. Now we're gonna have to go talk to some suspects again, I assume.
Please.
Please escort the suspect.
Perhaps you could explain the cult of Mithras to me.
No, there is nothing to say. We are not the worthy ones.
But Sir Rodney believed that he was.
He was wrong. I have visions. The golden knife, the mummy. Oh, it's all my fault.
Calm down, Mr. Garrow. We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
It didn't help. The power is too strong.
Well done. Garrow's behavior is drug. Garrow is tortured by his obsession with the Mithras curse. He has been driven insane and condition worsened by the medication he has taken. Or Garrow is melancholic. He is a victim of over-medication, hence the hallucinations and unpredictable behavior. His state has been worsened by the shock of Sir Rodney's death. I feel bad for him. You might just be mentally ill.
Please.
How about you? What do you know of Mithras?
What can you tell me about Mithras?
Oh, so much. It was the core of our work. Why do you ask?
Were you seeking the golden knife?
I see you are an amateur. Yes, the golden knife was our grail. It is said that it bears the only text explaining the ritual of the cult of Mithras.
I understand. I read something about immortality.
A myth. The knife would provide immortality only to the worthy one, and yet it is cursed, and it would kill you if you are not initiated.
I see.
Did you expect to find the golden knife at the baths?
Well, Sir Rodney thought that it might be there. Did you observe the knife representations there? They are so extraordinary, and we had hoped that... Oh, it is a tragedy that he has passed away, taking all of his secrets with him. As soon as I've been released, I will continue Sir Rodney's researches in his memory.
Ah, so you are the guilty one, since you are expecting to be released.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
No. Silver, you say? No, I don't know how it got there.
Well then.
Please escort this. The paintings in the baths are focused on Mithras, I understand.
Yes, they are what make this place remarkable.
And that is why Sir Rodney came here?
He believed that the golden knife, which is an ancient ritual item, was hidden somewhere around the baths. I admit that it would be wonderful if it were true.
And you are not concerned by the reputation of this artifact?
You mean the curse? Before someone is dead, it is a blessing. After they are dead, well, then it becomes a curse.
Some melted silver was found inside the steam room brazier. Do you know where it came from?
Silver? No.
But what was this? No, we did not have any connection with the... Find a use for the statues and the fresco. Can I also have the frigidarium excavated? I wonder. Also, when do you have the time to see your patients, Dr. Watson?
Mr. Holmes, we've cleared the corridor to the frigidarium. You can visit it now.
Good.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
That didn't take long. Ooh. Oh, I'm not gonna push anything. Ah, see? Do not push. And also don't walk under that. So, I take it I have to find the right order to push them in.
Perhaps I could find some clues by activating the flagstones.
So the ones in the corners. But the ship wasn't in a corner. And this one doesn't have anything. Well, that one's still pushed in. Why can I push some back? If I could push all of them in, see what happens. Oh. Some of them I remember from like the dig site. So like the one-eyed man and the trident and the jug. I don't know. And there's no clue in here, it looks like. Oh, wait, maybe. You pointing towards something? Watson, do you have any suggestions? You never do, but maybe... Watson isn't even here. Bother to come. So... Right, let's pull all of these out again. Which ones are still... Which ones are still pushed? I think you are... Oh, they have symbols under them. I see.
A hidden symbol.
Alright, so I probably have to do these in some sort of order. So... This is the first one.
A hidden sign.
So... This one's pointing... past this one to this one. There's no symbol there. So...
A hidden sign.
Yeah, I need to see it. Maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's this way. And then... So... Under here, or skip this one maybe. Skip this one, and then... This one.
A hidden symbol.
And is this one pointing... straight across then? To Neptune.
A symbol. Now I have all the clues to help me find where these symbols are leading. All I need is imagination.
Really? Oh, okay. Oh, I need to aim them in some sort of way. Are they supposed to make a shape, maybe? Are they just supposed to... They're probably supposed to connect, so... Oh yeah, like that, and then... Yeah!
The signs are pointing to this bust.
I just noticed I have swapped from using third person to first person at some point. I much prefer third person, no, first person. I didn't actually see where that opened. Was it? It was here. Climb down. Let's see. Don't get stabbed by a knife.
What is this place?
Oh,
I am
look at that.
unsure, Watson, but everything points to the fact that it was the last place visited by Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. We are approaching the end of this mystery.
Well done. Salt.
A broken glass plate. What is it doing here? I should examine it at Baker Street.
Good thing it only broke in like 3 pieces.
How very peculiar. An ice maker.
Why would Sir Rodney have brought such a device here?
I don't know, but apparently we're bringing the whole thing with us.
A sack of crude salt.
This is really creepy.
Mithras, the god, clothed in Anatolian costume and wearing a Phrygian cap, killing the bull. This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy.
Okay, so you got bird, and then bucket, and then Caduceus, and then you got a ship, I think, and then is that a snake in a helmet and a spear? This is probably going to be very relevant very fast.
The pillar collapsed a long time ago.
Well, would have if it was held up by bones.
The fire casts a shadow upon the floor.
I probably need to do that to all of them then.
It resembles a bull. It is very similar to the face of Mithras.
Alright, so we're gonna have to kill the bull. Somehow.
That is the symbol of Neptune, the god of the sea.
Okay. this is...
This shadow seems to represent a bridge. The shadows show us the way to go. We will find Mithras after Neptune, the bull, and the bridge.
Okay, nice. No comments about the bones then.
A shovel, not from the Roman era. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb.
I don't think we'll be able to.
We cannot go any further.
So we'll have to go...
Mummified.
He looks like a nice chap. I don't like this place a lot, Watson. Can you come along?
What should we do next, Holmes?
And I don't know, hold my hand. The bridge viewer seems to hold a secret. I probably have to go do some stuff at the old dig site first. And also fix the plate. Which I imagine I'll have to do here. Yeah. Ah, it broke in several pieces. Oh, that's the bottom. And this is one of the top corners. Then this. I did a lot of puzzling when I was little. There.
Done. Watson, could you please use this negative and your photographic equipment to process the photograph? Thank you, Watson. Now I must use reagents to develop the photograph.
And it's gonna develop without any brokenness, huh? Scrub, scrub.
Ice. Ice cream. Ice cream. The pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Ice cream in the desert. We are indebted to the Romans who developed the technique. Another archaeologist, most probably. Sir Rodney.
And
Salt.
So that's it. Salt and crushed ice may help to create ice cream.
Didn't. Glass plate negative. Salt nice. Ice trial. Someone was experimenting with the Roman method of ice production. Check if an ice knife can be created with the materials found. Right.
If I wish to shape the ice knife, then I need to pour water inside the mold. Ice, salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach -20 degrees Celsius to fully freeze the water inside the mold. Before beginning, I must remember that I have enough ice and salt for no more than 4 attempts.
Oh my.
Ice, salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach
Right. So it's all about how much salt and ice we can put together. Well,
Holmes, look. The temperature is reducing.
let's see. It's at... Why is there 50 degrees Celsius in your apartment?
ice, salt.
Yeah. Do I have 2 or do I need... I think we at least need more ice. And then some salt.
Ice.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick some ice. Oh no, it's rising. So we need to very quickly before it's low, before it goes back up. This was probably too slow then, so we'll have to try again. Okay.
If I wish to shape ice,
So,
salt before beginning.
yeah. We need to be very quick with this then.
Holmes, look.
This sounds like a stressful way of making ice cream. I think I'd rather just buy it at the store. I mean, I know they were in, like, Egypt, but
Excellent. Now we must check to ensure that it is adequately frozen. An ice weapon for a cold-blooded murder. An ice knife. A surprising and yet a very brilliant idea.
It's the perfect weapon. It enables one to kill a man and then it melts. The only trace it leaves is a small puddle on the ground.
So that is a potential weapon. That might be if it's... Yeah. The ice knife. I don't know, I still don't think it's... I think it's more likely to be the silver knife. Wrong button. Let's see. Hidden at the St. Albans excavation site, the bridge pier seems to hold a secret, so we need to head back there. Now. Right. Can I now pick up the rope and where was the rope? It was not down here, it was over here. Now I can pick it up. Probably means I can also pick this up. And then there was a crossbow in here, right?
This is a reproduction.
I can't use that yet.
We should use these metal rings to help us reach the bridge pillar. There might be something behind these leaves. I'll have to find a way of getting there.
Now I can pick up the crossbow, probably. Yeah. I have to rebuild it first.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use...
So where is this? Oh, there. Thank you.
Those rings on the bridge are perfect targets.
Firing against defeaters requires a lot of practice.
Clearly. Let's try again. Missed.
This one is ready. This one is ready. The bridge is ready. Now I must cross it.
Now then. Oh boy. Splash. Just hold on to the rope and swim over. Overworked it a little bit. This is fine. If you fall off now, you're gonna die.
Here, I have found something.
Oh, you're gonna force Watson to go through here now.
Are we inside the hidden temple of Mithras, Holmes?
I am not sure. We had better be careful.
You still have your lantern with you. Yeah.
I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Which way should we go, Holmes?
There ought to be some clues here. Let's take a look around.
Yeah, so we wanna move up the ranks, right?
I saw this symbol in the...
So... we wanna start with Caduceus, or whatever it's... Caucadeus, or whatever it's called. Greek is hard. And then through here, right? And then apparently there's ghosts. These are probably gonna have to be aligned somehow. There you go. Smart. Okay, now next one. We've gone through there, so we need helmet, spear, or whatever the hell that is. That is a helmet, I think. And the next one is a spade or bugs? That's bug. It's wet on this floor. that one. Oh, that's through here. And then this wheel thing. Okay, head through the wheel thing. Don't head through the wheel thing, that is spooky. Hello? And then I feel like I've done screwed up somewhere. Hook, other helmet. Ah, okay, so the other. It's probably not a helmet. Do I wanna head up here? I think I might have found the place, Watson. Right then. I probably have to head up towards the... yeah, there we go.
It's the golden knife. But how to get it?
That gold doesn't look like it's rusted or gone bad at all. This looks like a lever.
Watson, I need your help.
Ah. So you are now standing there. What just opened? I think it was right next to me. Oh yeah, this opened. Ah, no. This is slightly worse. Pick this one, see what happens. Ah! Well. That is the wrong one then. Then we can open that first one. Hey, there we go. What's this up here then?
I cannot leave Holmes trapped here alone, even though he did ruin my favourite handkerchief.
Sayonara, that was the end of the great Sherlock Holmes.
This mechanism seems inactive. Most likely the door it controls has already been opened.
Oh, okay. Well, deactivate that one. Okay, so that one only opens that door.
The door controlled by this mechanism is already opened.
Yes, but it's about to not be. So that one's disinteresting for the moment. What's with this one? It's not in there. So, which door did that one open? Oh, it might have been that one. So, we need to open this one. Okay, that releases Holmes. No, it doesn't.
The door controlled by this mechanism is already opened.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. There are so many mechanisms. So that's where we came from. So, which mechanisms did we... So, which one do I need to escape? Probably that one. Right, I am free. Apparently he can't inspect.
This lamp is not old. The oil is still fresh. Perhaps Sir Rodney passed by here.
No, I do not think so. Remember, he went no further than the catacombs underneath the Frigidarium. The murderer left this lamp.
Okay. Maybe I wanted to. Let's try this again. So that opens that one. Which isn't interesting at the moment. I think... What about this one? So that activates these two. Did that only open up so I can be free again? Hang on, did I? Okay, yeah, I made it out. How about this one then? Oh, now I see. I see.
The golden knife of Mithras. A long-lost relic has resurfaced. Watson, it is time to conclude this case.
Oh boy.
Excellent. Now, we should find another way of getting out of here.
But first, let's have a look here. Rodney's secret was an important discovery, a metaphorical bomb. He could use as a powerful means of annihilating anyone who stood in his way, that he alone might take the fame and the glory. But here's the thing. It might be this one. It could be he used the melting ice, because except for Garrow, and I don't think Garrow did it, the others would be too smart to just toss the silver in the brazier. Blinker is the serving specialist who is aware that he is about to be cast aside over a major discovery. He will lose his chance for a lifetime. Yes, I do think it is Blinkhorn, but I'm unsure if it's a knife, ice knife or a silver knife yet. Okay, so I need to go and open this for Watson. We're here. Was it this one? Oh, it moved me one step. Okay. But how do I get out? Oh, there are two levers here. What does this one do then? Ah, I'm free. I didn't see that one earlier. Free to head up the stairs, and Watson, let me in.
Are we inside the hidden temple of Mithras, Holmes?
We are indeed. Now run. Release your lever. I think maybe... Oh, I have deductions. I found and utilized all the clues. But can I... Can I go to Scotland Yard and talk to people one more time? Thank you for instance.
I'm not sure that I can be...
I'm trying to rest.
Do you have something else to ask me?
Ah, so I do have to figure out, was it the ice knife or the silver weapon? Well, he's not a very wealthy man. I don't think he would be able to afford that much silver, to be honest. It might have been him in the picture. But he kills Rodney to avenge an abuse of power. The death would be to his financial benefit and would allow him to emerge as a luminary in his field. Used an ice-made reproduction of the golden knife from Mithras. I think he might have used the ice knife. So we're gonna go with this one.
I'm feeling rather uncomfortable. Why have I been put into these cuffs?
I fear that you had better get used to them, Mr. Blinkhorn. They are your reward for the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe.
What? No, that's a lie.
It is regrettable, for you are a talented archaeologist. I will request that you are placed in a prison where you are unable to dig an escape tunnel. That is, of course, if they decide that you shall live.
You
The consulting detective who salutes your intelligence in performing the perfect crime. Yes, but also the gentleman who detests your motivation.
You know nothing.
You wish to be the one who would reveal this to the world.
Is that the golden knife? How?
I also like to dig, you see. I only followed your trail. Such a pity that there is always someone willing to steal your credit, wouldn't you say? And there was the chance of a lifetime. You had to take it. It was not to be shared.
It...
But now I am here, and there is no one who will stop the tread of justice, Mr. Blinkhorn. Goodbye.
Blinkhorn knew of Bentcliffe's intention to take all the credit for the discovery of the golden knife. He devised a cunning plan that would not only eliminate his rival, but award him the fame of discovery. He used a handmade ice maker to create an ice-made reproduction of the golden knife of Mithras, carried it to the steam room in an ice bucket with champagne, and then, after the murder, dropped the knife onto the floor, allowing it to dissolve into water. The rope is a fitting punishment. Well, was it correct? It was. Oh, most people actually made the same moral choice. Right. Good. I'm not an asshole this time. Right, so onwards to next one.
The game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come.
Poor man.
I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Ooh, a letter. Let's through this telescope again. Please be asleep, ma'am. No.
I agree with you, Toby, that...
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Yeah, I was talking to Toby.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
The letter is on...
Sure, there's this letter here as well. A colossal scandal in high society. The well-known and remarkable archaeologist, the pride of our nation, Sir Rodney Bentcliffe, has been found murdered. The crime took place at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane, location of the archaeologist's most recent research. But what is the most truly shocking is that the murder of Sir Rodney was at the hands of his former friend and partner, Percival Blinkhorn. The death sentence is the only possible punishment for this breed of villain. Oops. But oh, okay, I kept the silver cast. I didn't keep the actual golden knife.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Oh my.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B. I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
That's a hurried handwriting. Abergrange, Marsham, Kent. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady... I will see that everything is kept exactly as I have found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace here. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Well, Sherlock, every day is interesting for you. So we're in the middle of nowhere. Ooh. Quite fancy.
Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you had best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid to raise her right.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right. I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
You have fun doing that.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
But, I want to... If this is their entrance hall, I don't really want to know what the rest of their house looks like.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Okay, so I went the wrong way, sorry. That's dramatic.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Well, you've been beaten black and blue. Gold brooch, kangaroo and emu. I missed something.